1. I'm here today with San Francisco State at the 2021 CCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament. San Francisco State did fall in the semifinals to Cal Poly Pomona, and we're going to get some words first from their head coach, Matt Hoffman, and then on his right we actually have Drew Morris, and on his left we have Jessica Haney. But Coach Hoffman, could you just take us through your thoughts on today's match?
Well, congrats to Cal Poly Pomona on the match tonight, and also on their season. They've been, you could argue the best offensive team in the conference the entire year, and they showed that tonight. We put up a good fight, but sometimes it's not your night, and that was kind of the case today. And they played a great match, and hats off to them.
Fantastic. Well, you can sit there. We can talk about just this match, but I do want to make sure we talk a little bit, Drew, just how successful your season were. Let's not take away the fact that you guys were the number 3 team in the tournament, and you guys don't fall until you guys get to the semifinals. Just talking about this year and the way that the program kind of came together to give you guys this success. You guys got, I believe, it was 22 wins on the season. That's a good year.
Yeah, so we took a long break, obviously, for COVID, and we were all just super excited to be back in the gym and just fight for each other and fight for the program and fight for the previous girls who have played in the past and just be together one last time, at least for the seniors.
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask, and I really appreciate Coach Hoffman bringing Jessica in here. And as one of the seniors, like you said, we've seen not the ups and downs, but we've seen the gradual rise of your program, and that's been the impressive part. Jessica, just talk about the pride you take in the fact that you were part of, let's be honest, the new building blocks, the new foundation for the Gators volleyball program.
I think it's an honor to have played alongside a lot of these girls that we've played with in the years past, and it's important to make sure that they get the recognition too, because we're just the ones that are here today, and there's going to be more after us. So I think it's just important to recognize the role that they played as well, and our teammates this year carried that on, and they took on that challenge of trying to make the years past even better this year. So I think we really rose to the challenge this year. So.
Thank you. Well, Coach Hoffman, we talk a little bit, and I like what Jessica's saying about the program and other stuff like that, everybody rising up. But we know each year is a unique year. Each year is a different team, even if you have a lot of the same players. Why was this year's team fun for you to coach? What did you enjoy about this year?
First thing I really enjoyed was just being back and getting back in the gym with them. They're a really great group to coach. They make coming to work really fun. There's never a time where I dreaded going to the gym. It was always I look forward to being around them and coaching them. And it's kind of, it's my 5th, 6th year, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of these girls I've coached for, 4 or 5 years, so got to know them really well. And so having been apart, it was great to get back in the gym with them. And then a lot of those girls that have been here for so long, it's fun when they're older. It's an older group because they know what to expect, they know what's coming, and they play with the maturity. And so I think that was a big part of, a lot of our people that have been a part of the program for years, such as these two right here, and others, that, they just carry themselves a little differently because they've been here before.
Coach, mid-first set, you guys were hitting in the 300s, and then you guys just dropped all the way into the higher end of the 100s by the end of that set. What was Cal Poly able to do defensively to get you guys uncomfortable?
I think they did a good job defensively in the back row. I think they got a lot of touches at the net, and then they controlled the ball to put that, any offense we put at them, they put it back at us pretty aggressively, and then we weren't able to match that. So when they hit a ball, we were on the run a lot, and we'd have to keep it in play. They were able to turn that into more productive offense, and so they just kind of countered our offense a little bit better than we were able to do that second half of that set.
Ladies, you guys, in the other 2 sets, you fell behind rather big in the middle, and then, made a run at the end to make it, kind of interesting. Just how hard is it to climb the mountain when you're down 7-8 points and get that set back?
I think it's challenging, but I think like Matt said, a lot of us on the court have been here for a couple years, so it's just a matter of just stringing 1 point at a time together. So not looking at it so much as 7 or 8 points, but just getting 1 point and then getting another point and then going at it like that. So it's challenging, but I think it becomes less so if you look at it as one at a time and have the short-term memory loss.
Coach, talk about the state of the program when you got here. I line judge the conference when I'm not sports writing. And about 4 years ago, I remember a San Francisco State at San Marcos match on the back end of a Saturday doubleheader for me, where I go to San Marcos and they take you guys off the floor in like an hour. And
I briefly remember that. Yeah.
And just talk about what it's been like to climb from there to one of the last 14, playing on semifinal Friday evening.
Right. In the locker room downstairs, we talked. I didn't choose to talk about the match. I chose to talk about the climb and where we've been and the season and the years we've gotten here. It's taken a lot of hard work from a lot of people to get here, and a lot of trusting the process that we were in, and kind of knowing that there was something better, the next day, something better the next year. Even back then when we had that match, the conversation was, let's get back in the gym, let's get better. It wasn't a good day, but let's be better. And we just kept, climbing a mountain is, early on it's kind of easy, but then as you get going, you make smaller gains, and it takes a lot of work to make those small gains. But we always were kind of looking up at where we were trying to go. And we knew if we just kept working, kept grinding, in the spring, in the fall, in the weight room, adding players, finding new ways to win, it would we'd get there. And we're still trying to climb.
But you guys have made. I want to compliment you from what the match we just saw. You guys have made substantial progress from that night to now. So all the credit to you guys and your players, because I remember that match stuck out in my head from 4 years ago as I was watching, and just the talent level and how much you gained in that department over these last few years. I really want to give you guys a lot of credit for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been an enjoyable, journey to get to this point, and we've added a lot of great pieces, and everyone's contributed to the culture of the team, and it's kind of night and day from where we were to now in pretty much every aspect of the team.
Ladies, talk about what that Gator culture is like now from when you got here, and what you hope Jess, you're a senior. I think you both are seniors, right? And talk about the culture you're leaving this program with.
It's all about the connections and playing for the person next to you. Like me and Jess live together, and a couple of with the other girls, and we are truly just a family, and we really want to fight for each other and play till the very end. We just totally love being with each other.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest part, because we've always had really good connections with certain groups of people, and even if we weren't all best friends at the time, we all respected each other and loved each other, and still wanted to come together. And I think we were good teammates and friends first, and that's what the volleyball came with it. So focusing on those connections, and then everything else just followed.
I'm good, Danny.
Fantastic. Well, Coach Hoffman, ladies, thank you very much for joining us. And I know it's unfortunate that you two are both seniors, but Coach Hoffman, I know we'll be seeing you back here again next year. Thank you very much.